What's up, Butterfly Gang? How are you guys doing? If you are new here, I'm Auji, and this is Sacred Libra, where we talk all things Libra. Welcome, 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 my loves. Come on in. Today we're going to be doing an oracle reading. This is inspired by the morning inspo. I know the morning inspo was late, but I had to meditate. It is 8:08 today. Okay, I had to, and I sometimes I don't be wanting to get out of meditation. I be like, show me more, show me more, show me more. What else? What else? What else? Especially when you learn to unlock and your third eye opens and you see the light and you see everything coming to you. You just want to stay in that space, surrounded by your manifestations, but you have to come back down to earth. So today, the morning inspo was about breaking the law. Completely breaking the law. You've been a law-abiding citizen for too long. And what I mean is these are by these destructive laws that you have set by yourself. These are by these traditions that keep on happening, that has happened through generation through generation. These are the pathologies. These are the chains, the ancestral curses. These are the negative things that you tell yourself. You have been a law-abiding citizen for way too long. Time for you to break the law. Even the stuff you told yourself was law and facts for you. That spirit is unveiling that it's not quite factual. So we're going to be seeing what's coming up for you, Libra. Let's see. First, we're going to be getting some advice from Spirit here. What is the advice from Spirit? It's serendipity. You're lucky. All right. Serendipity, luck. You can have whatever it is you want. Imagine you having whatever it is that you want. Imagine yourself, and follow that with some deep inner knowing. All right, Spirit is spitting. This message is probably going to resonate for the person who feels orphaned, and I am going to elaborate on what that is for you. My own meaning from this orphan girl is this abandonment. Abandoned. You think about an orphan, you think about a child that was abandoned by her family. You think about someone who feels like they're unwanted, okay? You think about a person who has to go into another establishment because, or another home, because they have been abandoned by a person who actually gave birth to them, or who actually, was supposed to raise them or was supposed to be there for them. It's that feeling like you were supposed to be there. All right, the essential meaning from the book is a sense of loss and identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. Okay? It says we are all meant to have connections with other people within our families, societies, and a larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of rather than separate from is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with the group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. So that's a message from Spirit. It's okay to let go of the pressure to fit in. If it's okay if you feel like you've been trying to fit the mold or be something in relationships or be something in business or be something at home, and you just like, you know what, I can't do it. You may feel like it's a breaking point, but it's really a breakthrough. You're really pushing through into who you were always destined to be. Destiny. You're pushing through to destiny. As you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support. But you may feel disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. So this is in relationships. For some of you guys, you feel orphaned in relationships because as you grow and you want to commit yourself, and you find yourself finding these bonds. Okay, and right now we're releasing toxic relationships. We're releasing unhealthy relationships. So as you're on your journey, I know it sounds crazy, you will be met with people who look that you know, look like gold, or look glittery, but everything that glitters ain't gold. And you realize that, wait a minute. And just make sure on your journey you don't do the mistake that I've done. Okay, you don't do the mistake that I've done and so many other people have done. You make it about you. What a person's not giving you, how a person's hurting you, you then turn it on yourself and feel like it must be something that you're doing, or it must be something that you're not doing, or you're not saying, and you got to give a little bit more in order to. Don't turn it on you. Let people sit in their stuff. People are, you know, big boys and big girls. They can sit in their accountability. That's one of the ways that you make people accountable for their actions. Stop taking on a lot of people's mistreatment and things like that. Learn from me, okay? Also, this is a reminder that you can't be all things to everybody. Basically, you aren't for everybody. So there's a person who is just having this identity but fitting in when it comes to relationships. I feel like you could have also turned the hurt, or the words said, or whatever it is, you could have turned that on you. And somehow you think that this has a lot to do with who you are. And it doesn't have anything to do with who you are. It has a lot to do with the bonds that you're making, the contracts that you're signing, the agreements in which you're agreeing to. A great book is The Four Agreements. I'm going to read that today because I just feel like sitting under a tree and reading today. But it's the agreements that we make in our lives. And this is, if you feel pressure, like you can't quite act anymore, you can't quite do some type of part anymore, you can't quite do it anymore. It's like, throw the whole thing away. And that is the push through. You have to get to that breaking point where you're tired of trying to fit into a mold that you've outgrown, or you may even be too big for that space. You have serendipity. This is luck. Spirit is telling you this is luck. And I feel like I came on here talking about meditation and not wanting to get out of meditation, because this is you going in and you are visualizing, you are imagining you being lucky in all of your endeavors. If life were to turn out, or if you was living the life that you wanted, what would that look like in every aspect of your life? From family to relationships to friends to career, okay, to self, body to health. What would it look like? What would you do? How would you live your life? There's a need for you to kind of embody that and imagine that. Also, there's a need for you to keep on dreaming. Also, you have serendipity, which means that there's a lot of good things that's happening in your life. You're attracting a lot of different things based off of this luck. Things are just happening good for you. Everybody has their seasons, and right now is yours. Opportunity aligned with readiness. Awareness of synchronicity. Luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols. Magical alignment of events. Everybody has their season, and right now is yours. Okay, right now is your season. You also have imagine, and this has a lot to do with your dreams. Has a lot to do with you dreaming. Also has a lot to do with you turning your imagination into manifestation. Okay, this is creative thought. This is visualization. The power of aligning imaginary and feelings, creativity, and illusions. Allow your feelings to mingle with your inspiration and imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. That's meditation. So I talked about third eye opening and you being surrounded by your manifestations, me being surrounded by my manifestations and me not wanting to leave. There is, because there's a deep knowing that once I leave here, the manifestations stay here. There's a need for you and myself to cultivate the energy of bringing that down with us, of not letting that go. And how you do that is you align your imagination with your feelings. So if you cultivate this feeling, and this feeling means this manifestation has came to fruition, then once you go into your life and you start experiencing that feeling, or you cultivate that feeling, or you put yourself in that energy to feel whatever emotion that is, you have just brought that manifestation down to your realm. I know that probably sounds, you might have to rewind that because it just sounds even more clearer to me. Like, just get into the feeling. And a lot of people, we always talk about it. It's about the feeling. It's about the feeling. Do what it is that you love. Listen to your favorite music. Sing, dance, be happy, feel confident. Put the music on that makes you feel confident. Put the music on that makes you feel soft, makes you feel loved. Put the music on that makes you feel happy, that makes you want to celebrate. If you were celebrating, what's the music you would listen to? Okay, listen to the music that makes you feel like you've made it. Okay, I don't know why I'm going into music, but music cultivates a lot of feelings, and a lot of vibrations. Or eat the food, or go to the place, or wear the clothes, or get made up. It's like there's a need for you to create. So you've played imaginary, what did we used to call it? Imagination. It's something we used to call it as kids when we would go into our imagination and think about something. But or we'll reenact that, and we are that. Think about when you're playing house, and it's like, okay, you're the mom, you're the daughter, you're the whatever. For hours, we're embodying that, whatever it is we see, whatever it is that we're playing imagination. Think about if you are a child and you're playing cops and robbers, and you're the cop, this other person is the robber. Y'all remember that game? And you're embodying it. You're embodying that energy for hours and hours, and you're having fun doing it. That's the need for you to kind of like bring that childlike energy. And also we have this deep knowing, and I feel like Spirit wants you to have this type of deep knowing. It flows with confidence. It flows with confidence. It flows with this energy of just grounding, also stability. Listening to the oracle within, empathy, and hypersensitivity. So I talked about this yesterday, and I was like, okay, no tarot reader would tell you this, but there's a need for you guys to kind of press pause, or, close YouTube or whatever, and kind of like get down into your own energy. You bring your own messages. You do your own thing. You listen to your own inner wisdom instead of the inner wisdom that you're hearing from myself or other people. Not saying that these things are not helpful, because I do believe in spiritual healing and the spiritual work that certain spiritual practice like tarot does. However, when you are always looking outside of yourself for answers, when the answers are always within you, you will always be reaching outside. And that's putting yourself in the energy of trying to fit in, reaching outside. When then you get to that energy where you're like, you know what? I'm not listening to anything. Or I'm not doing anything. It's like a breaking point, but it's really a breakthrough. Okay? I'm going to go into, I thought this was going to be an oracle reading, but I'm letting Spirit direct this one. And I'm feeling like I need to go into the tarot. I'm feeling like I need to stay here. I feel like these three oracles have said a mouthful, especially with the orphan here. Not trying to fit in to a lot of things. Let's see. All right, the opportunity that you have right now is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is posing as a grand opportunity for you. Why? You have the opportunity to plant a new seed. For some of you guys, you have seeds in the ground. For some of you guys, you have an opportunity to nurture something already. A lot of you guys, this has a lot to do with love. There's already a relationship blossoming, or there's a relationship that has blossomed, a new relationship here. There is something, a relationship that is going to stand the test of time. All right? What's coming up as a challenge for you here is this Queen of Cups. It's how you feel. Cultivating this feeling. Getting into the feeling of creating. Getting into this positive energy. For some of you guys, you may have this low vibrational, negative type of feeling. And I talked about that, about you can see your manifestations, you can do that, but it's about staying with them and not thinking that they are so far away, which is in the spiritual realm so far away that I have to be quiet for hours in order to access. And when I access it, it's just a small glimpse or a short time that I get to sit with them, and I have to bounce back to reality. Well, the thinking of bouncing back to reality is what is the reality that you're bouncing back to. Are you bouncing back to lack? Are you bouncing back to playing small? Are you bouncing back? Because if you cultivated these feelings in your reality, then you wouldn't want to kind of like stay there. I know I'm getting why I like to stay there in manifestation. But there is this energy that the feeling, cultivating this feeling of happiness, is the feeling of the sun. That's posing as this type of energy where it's hard for you to cultivate this energy. It's hard for you to have this energy of the sun, this happiness, this success, all right, this big, expansive, light energy, this confidence. It's kind of hard for you to cultivate those feelings and stay with those feelings. And a lot of this is the key for you to manifest. And a lot of this manifestation is the security. It is the family. It is the stable relationships. It's you feeling like that all of the luck, all of the manifestations are outside of yourself and not here with you. It's almost like you don't think of yourself as the machine for those things. Self-sabotage, of course. Eight of Wands, self-sabotaging. You're self-sabotaging yourself by how you speak. Self-sabotaging yourself by how you speak, how you express yourself. For some of you guys, you get overwhelmed and you start speaking against all the things that you have tried to build. There's a need for you to express yourself. The Knight of Cups expresses himself truthfully, authentically. He wears his heart on his sleeve. There's a need for you to kind of like get back into wearing your heart on your sleeve. The way you've been talking is not what you really want. The things you've been saying is not what you really want. The way you've been living is not what you really want. How you've been expressing yourself, that's not who you really are. You've been trying to fit in. You have this orphan thing. You've been saying and doing what you feel or you deem necessary, or you feel like will make you fit in more. There's a need for you to stand out. And I know for some of you guys, you may have this feeling where you do not want to be alone. But the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Wands here it's strictly by your self-sabotaging yourself by your actions and by the way that you speak. There's a need for you to get back into imagining and getting to those feelings and cultivating those feelings every single day. And how that looks, or what that looks like, is just simply journaling or sitting with yourself and understanding what makes you feel this, what makes me feel that, what makes me feel. And it could be simple as watching a movie or watching a certain show that puts you into this energy. It could be simple as listening to a song. It could be as simple as eating a certain type of meal. It could be as simple as going out and seeing the birds or sitting in the sun. It's something that you're not doing, that you're keeping yourself from doing, that in return is keeping you, is self-sabotaging yourself from experiencing exactly what it is that you want. Because in order to start something new, and this is the opportunity. The opportunity is you have this newness. You have the energy to start again. You have the energy to start. This is an opportunity. So don't look at everything that happened beyond this point. It really doesn't matter. Because right now it's about cultivating all of these feelings that you want. It looks like in the past you could have been doing a lot of people pleasing, a lot of fitting in, a lot of saying things that you really do not mean. That's why there's a need for you to say what it is that you mean and mean what you say. And when you realize that, you may talk less. Because a lot of our talking is place fillers. They are nerves, okay? It is anxiety coming out. I used to have this diarrhea of the mouth when I just got nervous and I'm saying things that I don't even know. I should not even be saying. And I used to tap in and be like, well, why did I just do that? It felt so it felt out of alignment with what who I am. Like, I am a beautiful book and you're going to have to read me, okay? I'm something that you can come back to and you can read and you take within. You can't read me all in a day. So why am I spilling out this stuff thinking that a person is going to know me all in a day and not even thinking of myself as layers of things that there's a certain layers that you have to get to access certain types of information. So I put a stop to that completely. And it took a while for me. I couldn't help it because it was nerves and it was anxiety. And I would feel nervous and feel like, well, let me talk. It's too quiet. And then I got used to it being quiet. I got used to the silence. Silence is its own language. I got used to the language of silence. I started looking at other things and start communicating different ways. So there's a need for you to kind of stop speaking too much about what it is that you don't want. If you have these, and I don't like these types of relationships where they are consumed with what we don't want, because all we're doing is manifesting more of that. And when you understand the law of attraction, you understand that not many people understand the law of attraction, just like you a while ago. And you understand that our words, we take ownership of our words, and not many of us are willing to change our language. What you're not saying is you're going to get through something. Ten of Pentacles. You're not saying that you're going to get through something. Something is tough right now. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now we looking good. All right. You see the energy just kind of switch up. It's a celebration. What you're not saying is that things are going tough, but you're not going to give up. The Knight of Wands is here. Through the going gets tough. He persevere. Okay. He is going to be the last man standing if he has to be. He's not going to stop. This is something that you're going to do. It doesn't matter if it's hard today, tomorrow, and the next month. This is something that you love, and this is something that you're going to do. So whatever it is that you're starting or whatever it is you're working on, you will get to the next level. That next level is the Ten of Pentacles. That's that very security. That security that it is that you want. That foundation that it is that you want. Those loving relationships. The Ten of Pentacles also represents family. So that unconditional love that it is that you want in your relationship, it also represents generational wealth. So that wealth, that backing, that support, that feeling of safety, that is something that you're going to have. Period. I'm saying it. You will win. You will attain it. You will get it. And then also you have the big victory, which is the chariot. This is the success. This is the victory. This is you going past the finish line. It's just that right now the going can be a little tough. And there is a deep knowing that you need to have in yourself that no matter what, I will make it there. I am a winner and I'm going to win. Period. Period. It's just cultivating these feelings down here and expressing yourself in the right manners and how you speak. How you speak about what it is that you have. All right. Let's see. All right, you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Oh, the Hangman in reverse. Okay. The Tower. This is like the follower that becomes a leader. Tired of following. That when the Hangman is in reverse, when the Hangman is in the upright, he sees what everyone else isn't seeing because he's willing to put himself in a different position. When the Hangman is in the reverse here, this is this trappedness. This is you feeling like you have to walk like everybody else. You have to do the same thing that everyone else is doing. And the narrative of today is anger. It's just straight out anger. It's anger. It's pettiness. It is a lot of following. Just go past and look at what's happening in the world. The worldly conversation, the collective, what's going on in the world. It's a lot of hate. It's a lot of anger happening. So because there is a lack of knowingness, or there's a lack of, and there is upset. So I do feel like that this is you cutting, this is you breaking this, you creating this tower because the Queen of Swords is upset. And you could possibly be upset with yourself for going along with the mode or listening to some advice that you knew, but you wanted to fit in. There's some type of thing that you wanted to belong to something. You wanted to do with, you just wanted to belong. You wanted to just be a part of something. And you did not want, you got tired of being the oddball that stands out. But now you are paying the price for trying to fit into something that you know way better than. I'm feeling like whatever this is, you know way better than. You have this deep knowing. You are the oracle. You cannot fit in. You weren't made to fit in. It may work for other people, and I was just talking about this the other day. And sometimes I used to think about this, and I feel like if you're resonating with this, then this may help you a lot. Sometimes we look at other people's lives and we're like, okay, they can do this, that, and the third, and you get into this energy of comparison, which is the thief of all joy. But you think about like, okay, well, this person can do this, that, and the third, and everything works out, and no one gets so upset, and no one gets mad or whatever. The moment that you decide to do that, everyone's in an uproar because you're a leader doing it. It's different for you. People expect different things from different people. Some people expect other people to follow. They expect this person to follow. They expect this person to spew negativity. They expect this person to spew anger, to be, malicious, all these things. They expect this. But when it comes from your energy, it hits dynamic because your energy is dynamic. it hits different when it comes from you. And that is why you think totally different. That is why you were created to stand out. Because you cannot fit in, not comfortably. Not in a way that you're going to be okay. And I feel like the Queen of Swords has a chip on her shoulder. The Queen of Swords is upset. And most of all, the Queen of Swords is upset with herself because she knew better. And in order to fit in, she decided she didn't know better. She made it seem like that her own inner knowing was leading her astray. But deep down inside, she knew that maybe I may have the key to something. I may have unlocked something. I may have some type of different knowledge. But you just didn't want to feel alone, and that is fine. That is okay. We've all been to those places. But now you are about to break a paradigm. Now you're not going to think of yourself as being alone. Now you're going to be thinking of yourself as being enlightened. It's a paradigm shift where you feel like if I do this, I'll be alone, or I'm not going to fit in, I'll be forgotten, and people forget about me easily. No one checks up on me. No one does this. When I was doing this, it seemed like a lot of people was talking to me. A lot of people was doing this. But how'd you feel on the inside? Did you feel like you were being yourself? Did you really feel happy? Or were you chaotic? Or were you angry, pissed off? Because you know, this hangman knows exactly that I may be walking like everyone else. I may not be the one that's upside down and everyone else is walking. I may be walking like everyone else, but I'm not fulfilled. Something is deeper when it comes to you. Just a little bit deeper when it comes to you. Just some minor adjustments, Libra. Just minor adjustments here. There's this feeling of needing to fit in, of feeling orphaned. But there are minor adjustments that definitely need to happen here. And this is just what you're thinking and your being. Also cultivating this feeling down here on earth. So making sure that you do things that make you feel good and not the collective feel good. Okay? And this is also turning into some type of shadow, because you know Libra is for the collective. And you went for the collective and you realized that this isn't working for me. So you know what you do now? You start moving solely for yourself. You start doing things completely for you. The hangman is coming up under the Knight of Cups. You're not expressing yourself in the way that you wish. You're doing what you think that you need to do to fit in. And right now, Spirit is telling you to stand out. All right? I'm going to leave your reading right here. I hope this reading resonates. If it does, make sure you give this reading a big thumbs up. And make sure you guys are subscribed. I love you guys. And I will see you in the next video.